Hey everyone, it's Serena. I will be reading chapter 4 of my Dramione love story. Also, just a heads up, if you didn't catch on, I will not be posting on Wednesdays at all. No reason, I just like taking a break on Wednesdays. Okay, that's enough for now. I hope you enjoy the video. Chapter 4. Hermione's point of view. I woke up to see the sun shining in my room. I looked at the time and it was an hour before school started, so I quickly got changed into my robes and headed to my sister's room. She was already up and had her robes on, and we made our way downstairs to the common room to see Ginny was sleeping on Harry on the couch. Both me and Hannah started making all kinds of noises until they did wake up. After that, they quickly got changed, and Ron came down all ready to go. We made our way to breakfast, and we sat at the Gryffindor table. Ron tried to talk to me, but I wasn't going to waste my time listening to him. After breakfast, we headed off to creature training. Everything was going well. Harry got to fly a hippogriff, and so did me and my sister. However, Draco wasn't thinking straight and got hit from the hippogriff because he annoyed it. I suggested to him to go to the hospital right away. Thankfully, Draco only had a broken arm and he could go to class. Me and Hannah went to the potions class, and just our luck, it was the same class Draco had. When we got there, we were supposed to identify each potion. "Can anyone tell me what this potion is?" Professor Slughorn asked. I quickly raised my hand, and he called on me. "This is the greatest love potion in the wizarding world, I believe. It's rumored to smell differently to each person to what attracts them the most. For example, I smell apples, parchment, paper, and fresh clean gowns," I said, a little embarrassed. Then I heard some snickering in the back, and I turned to see most of the girls except Hannah were laughing at me. "Well done, Hermione," Professor Slughorn said. After that, I quickly made my way back to Hannah. Just then, Professor Dumbledore came in. "I'm sorry, Professor Slughorn, but may I speak to Hannah and Hermione? It's important," Professor Dumbledore said. Slughorn nodded, and me and my sister went with Professor Dumbledore to his office. "Sis, do you have any idea who you were describing in class?" Hannah said. Draco? Exactly! And you'll never hear the end of it from him. Girls, while I don't mind hearing about the drama from class, I really need to talk to you. It's very important, and it would be best if we do it in my office," Professor Dumbledore said, opening the door for us. Hannah and I did as Professor Dumbledore said, and we went into the office. We sat down in 2 chairs that were in front of his desk, and then he went to sit in his desk. "Why did you want us to see us, Professor?" I asked. "Is it because I punched Ron in the face?" Hannah said. "No, and since I can understand why you did it, Hannah, I am willing to let it slide, but only this time," Professor Dumbledore said. "Thanks. Now, what did you want to talk to us about?" "It's about your family," he said. "What are you talking about?" Hannah asked. "Both of you aren't Grangers. You're Zambines," Professor Dumbledore said. "Wait, what?" I said. "Yeah, I know it's a lot to swallow," Professor Dumbledore said. Just then, there was a knock at the door, and the professor said they could come in. Then Blaze came in and waved at us. "Hey, sisters." Hi, Blaze. So we're all siblings. Triplets, actually. So I leave you all to discuss your family business now, seeing as school is over for the weekend," Dumbledore said before leaving. It was very quiet after Dumbledore left. I think all of us were a little weirded out by the whole situation. Regardless of how we felt, Blaze was the one who broke the silence. "Well, Hermione, Hannah, Mom was really looking forward to meeting both of you. Should we go home? Blaze asked. Both of us looked at each other and then nodded at Blaze. Then all three of us headed to our rooms to pack, and then we made our way outside the school. Waiting for us was a car in which Blaze opened the door for us, so we could get in. The drive took a few hours, but we eventually made it to the manor. When we got out, a beautiful woman came running towards us. "Oh, my girls, my beautiful baby girls," Mrs. Zambine said. "Mother," Hannah said with the biggest smile. We all shared a big hug, and I was really happy. "You girls should probably freshen up before dinner," Mother said. "Blaze, could you show your sisters to their rooms, please?" "Of course, Mother. Follow me," Blaze said to us. All three of us went inside the manor. Blaze showed us around, including Draco's room when he stayed at the manor. After he finished, he led us to our rooms and we got ready for dinner. After we had finished, we met up in the hallway since our rooms were next to each other and headed down together. When we got done, I was delighted to see Mother and Blaze already at the table, but they weren't alone. "Draco, what are you doing here?" I asked. "Hermione, Hannah, I want to ask you the same," Draco said, a little surprised. "Oh, they're my sisters, Draco. I thought I told you. And Hermione, Draco's staying for the weekend." "All right. Anyway, let's eat," I said. We started eating, and boy, was it delicious. Then Draco asked Hannah a question. "So, Hannah, how does it feel to be a Zambine?" he asked. It got really quiet after that, but Hannah then broke the silence. "I really don't want to talk about it, Draco." "Why not?" "Don't get me wrong, I'm glad we found our real family, but it doesn't change the fact that for pretty much all our lives, my sister and I have been living a lie. To think we were mother ones, only to find out we're actually purebloods." It got really awkward after that, and I guess Hannah realized how awkward she made it. I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have said that. "Mother, can I be excused?" Mom nodded, and Hannah left very quickly. "Thanks for dinner. It was delicious, but I should go check on Hannah." "May I be excused, Mother?" I asked. She nodded, and I got up to check on Hannah. When I was about to check on Hannah, I heard Draco from behind me. "Hey, Hermione, got a minute to talk?" Draco asked. Okay, but only for a few minutes." "What do you want?" I asked, a little unsure on what was going to happen. "I'm sorry for calling you mudblood for the last few years," Draco said. "Well, you should be. Why did you? We were friends," I said. "It was my father. He thought you were a mudblood and told me to be mean to you, otherwise he hurt you and your sister," Draco said. So you did all that just to protect me and my sister? And all this time, I thought you actually did care, that you actually wanted to hurt me," I said. "I never wanted that. I care for you, Hermione." "Well, maybe now that I'm a pureblood, your father will change his mind and we can be friends again." "Don't you mean more than friends? I heard what you said in class about the love potion. Was it me you spelled?" I started blushing really bad. I guess Draco saw it. "I'll take that as a yes," he said before getting really close to me. He then pecked me on the lip, but then I pulled him in and gave him more than a peck on the lips. After a few minutes, I pulled away from him. It was really sweet, Draco, but I'm going to go check on Hannah now. I'm starting to feel the vibrations again, like when we were sorting into our houses. Good. Draco nodded, and I went over to my sister's room. When I opened the door, Hannah was sitting on the bed. She was crying blood, and the vibrations were getting stronger. "Hannah, it's okay. calm down. It's pointless, sis. I can't control it. I walked up to her and put my hand on her back. I started rubbing my hand on her, and it seemed to be working. The vibrations were stopping, and Hannah was feeling much better. Thanks, sis. I really needed that, Hannah said, smiling again and wiping her tears away. Then both of us smiled at each other, and everything felt normal again. So, Hermione, what's going on with you and Draco? Hannah asked. What are you talking about? Nothing is going on. Sis, we both know you can't lie to me. I heard everything you guys said outside. Plus, I might have used my magic to see outside your room. Specifically my enchanted mirror. Didn't you see the mirror that was right in front of you guys? I started groaning, and Hannah tried to calm me down. Sis, you don't have to worry. I'm not going to tell anyone what you want me to. Promise? Hannah nodded, and I hugged her. Okay, I'm going to bed now. Night, sis, I said. Hannah nodded and went to sleep. I slowly got off the bed and made my way to the door. I opened it quietly and closed it gently. Then I made my way to my room, got changed, and went to bed.